So yeah, Cyclovia Belfast just was brilliant. It's everything I kind of hoped it was going to be. It was just fantastic to see Botanic just full of life on a Sunday morning. Dublin Road full of life on a Sunday morning. It doesn't happen in Belfast. Having all these people riding in bikes, coming down in scooters, walking along with prams, people in wheelchairs and hand cycles. Just adding a bit of life to the city.
I really looked forward to this event when I saw it because it's an opportunity just to enjoy being out on the street in Belfast. And just enjoy the space to go to the cafe, see people, just cycle about. It was a great atmosphere. It was just something nice and positive, relaxing, simple, that anybody can enjoy.
It wasn't really carnival atmosphere or anything, because people didn't arrive at an event where there were stalls where they could consume something. The event was moving up and down the road, so people were actually just actively moving around. But it was only whenever I actually ventured out to come up right up the Botanic Gardens that I got the first feel for what it was like having the roads closed. And obviously the lovely thing was families and kids, stabilisers, even balance bikes. Seeing them both sides of the road just all enjoying themselves. It is just strange to kind of sameness or rightness about it, even though it was totally weird. Seeing a kid with a family cycling down Botanic in a big bunch, like I say, it was just weird but right.
Just seeing ordinary people enjoying the streets and, as I say, reclaiming the streets for ourselves and not being tooted out of the way, or as we normally see in Belfast quite often, bikes having to use the footpaths, and using that whole route from Botanic Gardens right the way into the city centre. To have that whole stretch of road completely car free was just such a revelation and a delight. It was wonderful to not hear the roar of engines, but to hear birds singing and to hear kids shouting, "Look at me, Daddy." It's just really quite heartwarming.
You could hear things that you wouldn't previously have heard, so therefore your experience of being in the urban environment was different.
Daddy, I see a bee.
Right. And for kids, it's a lot more stimulating. Being on a bike anyway is very good for kids' brain development. It's all that sort of, you perceive so much more, you're more aware of trees in the urban environment. It's difficult to explain because it's an experience, and until people sort of participate in an event like this, they don't quite understand the value of it. I think you saw his very young children cycling, not much older than he is, and you wouldn't have seen that on a cycling adjacent to traffic, even where there was separation and so on. And
Daddy, spider!
They catch flies.
What struck me about Dublin Road is it's this kind of 3 or 4 lane highway in the middle of the town, where suddenly it was opened up and all of that danger and noise, fumes were just taken away, and suddenly it becomes this wonderful big boulevard. And I think that gave some people a sense that we could maybe do things differently. I think people's mindset would have been changed about how you view this public space.
There was a moment of almost poignancy whenever the roads reopened, and within a couple of minutes the cars were back in force again, and the whole atmosphere of the road just changed. Lots of us drive as well as cycle, but we would like to see a city where there's a bit more sharing of the road. At the moment our city is very congested and people don't feel particularly safe travelling through our streets, and if you, as we saw on Sunday, give the road a bit more space for cyclists, they feel safer and can come out and enjoy the streets.
I feel so hemmed in by traffic and this focus on cars, so many cars. It doesn't make any sense. I think cities, towns are for people to live, be able to freely move around and not be encountering aggression or danger. And there's great opportunities for just space to be created for people.